and he says, dude, you can totally come all over me.
Look, I love my fans, but I don't know if anybody would ever do that for me. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with quite the guest today, Mr. Steve-O. What a fucking honor to have you.
Holy shit.
This is really neat. We got linked up together through my manager, which is awesome to have you, dude. Yeah, man, but ultimately, you've lived a life of just some good shit. And the first thing I got to ask, what was it like putting a staple through your sack? And is the sack, how's the tolerance on that bad boy?
I think that for the most part, I think I can safely say that it would hurt the leg more than the sack.
Really?
Like,
What?
Is it kind of like, how your elbow has like a tolerance? You know how you can pinch this as hard as you want and doesn't feel anything?
I think that, your balls, of course, are super sensitive.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wants to get hit in the balls, but I'm not stapling the balls. It's just the sack. And I think the sack is not like as delicate. Maybe it is a little bit.
Sack's kind of just chilling there.
There were a couple times when I got like infected staple holes in my nutsack, and that was kind of gnarly.
Okay.
Fuck. Did you ever get a tetanus shot?
No, I didn't care. Then there was another time when I did this trick, the double back, where I thrust back and forth, and then I catch like everything in a mangina.
Oh yeah,
and I
classic
did
mangina.
that. Yeah, it's called a double back. Doing that and doing a double back after stapling my ball sack one time, my whole ball sack filled with blood. It was super gnarly.
Oh my god.
You're a big not go to the hospital doctor guy.
Yeah, I tend to reserve hospital trips for good reasons.
Is it just is it
Very
just
pricey.
Is it just fuck it, I'm a man type thing, or is that just where does that stem from? Because me, I'm literally the opposite. If I graze my nuts on a piece of paper, I'm like hospital, but you're just fuck it.
I mean, it just depends. You know, it depends. I do pride myself a great deal on never having requested an X-ray that didn't reveal a break.
That's great.
Fuck.
That's a flex in itself right there.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked on that. I've never been like, hey, I need an X-ray, and then they tell me that I've what do you call it? A sprain.
Yeah. You're good, yeah.
It's a bad sprain.
Yeah. The screen finished loading, it's all fucking diagonal, all the bones and shit.
Every single time the doctor's like, your fucking bones collapse like Triscuits, dude. This is fucking horrible.
Yeah, I just had one. Great.
Oh my god.
New scars from
yeah.
killer, yeah.
That's new?
Yeah, it's pretty new. Yeah, it was October.
That from?
I can't say.
Got it. Okay.
That's how you know it's good.
All right.
Well, fucking hit us up when you let us know what that bad boy is.
Right.
Tell us off camera. That's got to be fucking great. And then also, I would imagine if you were to show up at a hospital, I feel like people very well know you, so they'd just be like, "Oh fuck, we got to get the number one doctor on this." Have cops ever showed up to a stunt that you guys doing, and they're just like, "God damn." They just know it's you, just on a personal level, be like, because it's not just some crazy guy trying to make it in Hollywood. It's this is Steve-O taping himself to a billboard.
I mean, dude, it's crazy how long all this stuff has been going on. But
that's also very true.
Yeah, back in 2002, I was I landed on the fugitive list.
Holy shit.
At the top.
Bro, what?
Who else is on that shit? Just Pablo Escobar?
Bin Laden and Steve-O. That's who's on.
I landed really highly ranked on the fugitive list.
That's kind of tight.
Because I had an arrest warrant set with a $1.12 million bail or 1.2 or something like that. And
anything over $30.
It was
ain't nobody bailing me out.
Yeah, it was something that a couple things that went down in Louisiana, and I did it didn't land on the cops' radar until after I had left Louisiana. And so when I got back home to LA and they issued this warrant, I'd carry him on the fugitive list with a $1.2 million warrant, and so the cops came to my apartment, and it just happened to come when I was sleeping off a bender, as opposed to with my face buried in a mountain of cocaine. And so the cops came in and they were like, dude, I'm fucking super bummed. I'm gonna have to tell my kids I did this, dude.
that's
Fuck.
like, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty rad. He's like, I think that does.
Yeah, because that's what I was talking about. I feel like cops are kind of stoked when they're like, "Oh, there's a man about to do what," and then they get up, and they're like, "Oh, I fucking love you, dude."
I got another killer one.
Dude,
Also, it was also in 2002.
Great
Good year for
Steve-O.
you, dude.
Great year.
Yeah, it was a good
A lot of
year,
great wines that year. A lot of great
Right.
Steve-O content that year. Merlot's, Steve-O. all of them.
Actually, I think this is maybe still 2000. I don't know. In 2001 was when I drove from Florida out to Los Angeles. You know, like I'd just gotten a check for the second season of Jackass. And the check was like for $10,000, and I was so stoked.
Which-
I was
Hold
like,
on, you did
which
a
at
whole
the time-
You did a whole season for $10,000.
I did for the whole first season. I made less than $1,500.
But
What?
Yeah, but dude, it's called paying your dues.
yeah, you probably had no idea. You're probably
Yeah, I
just
didn't
stoked to
care.
even have a show.
Yeah, I didn't.
And then,
care
well,
at
also,
all.
how old were you when you got that $10,000 check?
26.
Oh, bro, 26, $10,000. Yeah,
I was stoked. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was stoked. And I remember telling the Jackass director, I was like, "Yo, when I get this check, like I'm gonna put it in the bank account." I did like it was being mailed to my sister's house where I was staying.
Yeah.
And so I had to be there to receive it. I said, as soon as I receive this check,
fucking out of here.
I'm going to put it in the bank, and the check will not have cleared. I will already be in my car, like loaded up and driving from Florida to California.
Yeah.
And the Jackass director, Jeff Tremaine, he said, you're not going anywhere until you give me a list of ideas to film in every state between Florida and California.
Which is all of them. I bet that's
Yeah,
every
like-
state.
Yeah.
I mean, like you got like, so I came up with all these ideas. I was like, well, Florida will hit like, Panama City, it's spring break, we got the spring break mayhem. Like, then comes Alabama, I think was next. And I was like, in Alabama, I want to show up unannounced at a black fraternity house and see if they'll brand me, because like,
Like
You were progressive, man. You were ahead of your time.
yeah, I was like, I just want to bang on a door at a black fraternity house and say, hey, like, with all respect, I just noticed that you guys have like your fraternity brands, that you're into branding,
Yeah.
and I want to get a heart branded over my heart, as a metaphor to show that love hurts.
Yeah.
And
Wait, don't you have? Is that you
I
have
did,
it?
yeah, I got it.
Because it's like with the dick
Yeah.
on it.
No, it's different, but.
oh shit.
And I couldn't do it at a fraternity house because it wasn't like a professional
You gotta do it
environment.
at
but-
like a Wendy's or something.
Yeah, but we did all this filming across country. But before that, I actually went down to the Florida Keys to film with Manny to do the bobbing for jellyfish.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't see this one. What is this one?
we captured a bunch of jellyfish and put them in a little aquarium,
Mm.
and then I like bobbed my head in it. Like,
Was there anything else in the aquarium that you were looking for, or you were just in there?
no, I was just get my face all stung up by
Yeah,
jellyfish.
literally just like apples, but instead of apples, it's jellyfish, and you're just trying to bite
I wasn't
it up.
trying. I was just trying to make sure I got all stung up. That was
Yeah.
like,
And then did somebody have to pee on your face after to relieve this thinging?
I'd watch that.
I should have, but I
Pee on your
came
own
up with
face?
that. I went on to do that on Wild Boys. I peed on my own
I
face.
loved Wild Boys. I thought Wild Boys
I did
was
too.
great.
What was the one? Didn't a streetwalker, for lack of a better word, pee on your
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
For sure. A hooker under a bridge in New York City.
Where
But,
else would you get peed on? You can't go
I feel
anywhere
like
else.
your
It's gotta
life
be
is
underneath the bridge.
your life's
Yeah.
like a constant Mad Lib where you just plug and play anything, like getting peed on by a hooker under a
Right.
New York bridge.
For sure. But now the thing was, okay, and I'll try because it's a cool cop story. I had my buddy was the designated drunk driver. Like he was just really good at
Before
drunk
Uber.
driving.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I had already had 2 DUIs, so I quit. Drunk driving.
3 strikes, you're out. You
Yeah. I actually quit having a car. But
You can't drink and drive if you don't have a car. Yeah.
So one night in Florida before I moved out to California, my buddy was doing his drunk driving because he was really good at it. And we were partying, listening to music, and I remember I just sitting in shotgun in my own car. Yeah. I kicked the windshield, and it had this big spider web crack in the windshield. I was like, all right. And then I drove down to the Florida Keys to do bobbing for jellyfish. And while I was driving back up, this was like right a week before I drove out to California, and I got pulled over for what was it? Cracked windshield, not wearing a seatbelt, whatever, minor shit.
Yeah.
The cop gave me a ticket, and I remember like. I remember like taking the ticket, and as I drove off, like just kind of laughing because I was like, well, I'm going to be in California like next week, or I'm on my way. I'm leaving Florida.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to have to deal with this fucking ticket. Like, this is not a
Doesn't
felony.
exist.
Only felonies travel to other states.
Oh shit!
So I just like,
yeah.
yeah. So I just like crumpled up the ticket. It was like, whatever, like hot. Now, this was like very ignorant move on my part because then my license expired. I couldn't renew my license. So I'm driving without a license. My license expired. My registration, the sticker on the back of my license.
Oh yeah.
On my
yeah.
license
The
plate,
year
that
one?
sticker.
Yeah.
So yeah, my registration expired, but because I didn't pay the fucking ticket, then I got my driver's license was suspended, and so. Like I'm driving with like my expired registration, and I don't have a valid driver's license anymore. Plus, like that makes your insurance no longer valid.
Oh shit!
So here I'm thinking I'm driving around California like whatever, and I'm just a fucking raging cokehead, and I get pulled over in Beverly Hills in 2002. And the cop's like, okay, let me see your license. I get my fucking license. It wasn't even valid. It was covered in cocaine. I mean,
You got to use the library cards for that. Yeah.
like I remember thinking like, oh my God, as I handed this cop my driver's license, like my thumb like peeled off.
You're like, hold on, let me get that real quick.
My thumb, like he didn't notice, but like my thumb was like stuck to the license with cocaine, and it like peeled off as I handed it to him.
Oh,
And that cop told me, he said, I like you.
You're like, we're in.
He said, I like you. But the fact is that you're doing, there's too much going on here. This is not like, so with the no registration, not a valid license, driving uninsured. There's like too much like happening here. It's not a traffic stop. This is actually like a criminal issue. So I have to arrest you. He says, but I really like you. So I called the station. I got permission to do like a catch and release. You are being arrested, but I'm gonna let you go. Just here's your court summons. And and the other thing is, he says I cannot let you drive. He's like, I'll call you a taxi, but there was just too much going on here. Yeah. Like I can't let you drive away. So I get in the taxi cab. They're going to tow my car. I remember looking at the car and thinking, like, you know what? I shouldn't be fucking driving anyway. Like I can't drive drunk anymore. Yeah. So, like, what do I need a fucking car for? I just waved goodbye to the car. Like, I literally waved goodbye to the car.
I would love to know what that car is today.
I love how not drinking and driving is not an option. You're like, no, right. I'm gonna still drink. Right.
But I gave up driving.
Yeah, exactly. Drinking or driving.
Yeah, I gave up.
You can't
driving.
get a DUI if you don't have a car. Yeah. So logically, goddamn.
Ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to our first sponsor of the episode, Lucy Nicotine. Okay, Lucy Nicotine is a company founded by Caltech scientists. We are scientists and former smokers looking for a better and cleaner nicotine alternative. Finally, tobacco alternatives that don't fucking suck. Researched and developed for 3 years to be made for people, not patients. Lucy has created a nicotine gum with 4 milligrams of nicotine that comes in 3 delicious flavors: wintergreen, cinnamon, and pomegranate.
Lucy also has lozenges, which are 4 milligrams of nicotine, and cherry ice flavors. Each and every flavor actually does taste great, regardless of what your taste buds are talking about. It's so convenient and discreet. Products can be enjoyed anywhere: flights, work, even the gym, on the go, you name it.
Yeah, man, these things are great. I tried the pomegranate ones and the cinnamon ones, and they, for a person that like also vapes and uses a lot of nicotine, this thing completely satiates any need for tobacco. It's great.
Satiates, big word. I gave him to my neighbor too. I said this before, but I gave him to my neighbor, and he loved the gum. He said like other nicotine gum sort of like dissolves in their mouth as they chew it. He said the flavor stayed, and the consistency of the gum was phenomenal. He really loved it too.
Yeah.
So he loved it. Gabe loved it, and if you want to love it, Go get it, okay? In 2021, get rid of your cigarettes, unplug your vape, throw out your dip, and get some Lucy nicotine gum or lozenges, okay?
This is a real deal. A subscription to Lucy comes directly to your door each month. So it's simple and you don't even have to leave your goddamn house, okay? Because Lucy has delivery down, all right? So Stiff Socks listeners, go to lucy.co, that's .co, and use promo code SOCKS to get 20% off all products on your first order, including gum or lozenges. One more time, that's lucy.co, and use promo code SOCKS at the checkout.
And also, guys, real quick, I have a little disclaimer. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Obviously, it's derived from tobacco. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. But if you like nicotine, cool, go to lucy.co and be sure to use the promo code SOCKS.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
So I waved goodbye to the car because I knew damn well
What kind of car was it, by the way?
It was a 1991 Mercury Grand Marquis, which I bought used.
I fuck with that car.
It's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope.
I would love to know where that car is now. If it's not impounded, like
It was
in a museum
impounded.
somewhere.
I was gonna take MTV Cribs to show my car at the impound
be
because
so-
I had Cribs.
Welcome
coming
to
up,
my crib.
I didn't even bother. I just waved goodbye to the car, and it was kind of sad because it had a lot of my clown gear in the trunk. You know.
Oh, you didn't even bring that shit with
I didn't
you.
even get this shit. I didn't.
Too
fucking-
emotional.
I
You gotta
didn't
just let
fucking
it
care.
go.
And I knew I wasn't gonna go to fucking court either. I just I didn't show up in court.
You're my fucking idol, bro.
I didn't.
I swear, this is
I
a free
let
thing
I let
that
the
love.
I let the tow yard keep the car. I did not go to
Yeah.
court at all.
The
I ended up
energy's
with
great.
ended up with a warrant out for my arrest. And I was just chilling because I was just kind of there's a warrant out for Steven, spelt with a PH, last name Glover. There is no warrant for Steve O.
Mentally, yeah.
So then, and dude, I had that warrant out for my arrest for fucking 7 years, dude. 7 years, and I didn't deal with it. There was a point when I got I was holding up weed in front of paparazzi and all these cops. I had a warrant out for my arrest at that time, you know?
Yeah.
There was, and there was another time, I think it was maybe, I don't know what year it was, maybe 2006 or 7 or something. It'd been 5 years with this warrant. And I was drunk as shit, stumbling down the fucking sidewalk. And some cops, I think they were sheriff's cops, they were like, "No way, Steve-O, fucking, let us get a picture with you." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, cool, take a picture, you know." And I just blurted out. I was like, "You know, dudes, I think I got a fucking warrant out for my arrest."
Yeah, just trying to blend in with them.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, "Why did I say that?" They go, "Dude, no way. What's your legal, what's your legal name? We'll look it up."
They're looking it up.
We'll look it up. And I was even drunk, I was like, "But if you look it up and find that there's a warrant out for my arrest, doesn't that mean you have to arrest me?"
Yeah.
Can you delete it?
And they go, "Fuck no." They're like, "Fuck no. What's your name?" So I tell them, I'm like, "Stephen Glover." And they type it up. They go, "Yeah, you're hot for 10 G's."
The same 10,000 you made from the show.
Yeah, I'll never forget. That was it. They said, "You're hot for 10 G's." And they were fucking high five, fucking I think maybe we took a picture. I can't remember, but it was just high five.
awesome.
They're like,
Epic.
have a good night, dude.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Epic.
The next
Yeah,
morning.
it was pretty epic, dude.
Can I circle back really quickly? You
Sure.
said you had a warrant or something for 1.2 mil. Did
Yeah.
you steal a congressman's daughter? Why
No,
is it
no.
1.2 million?
It was this was when I was it was 2002. I was doing shows. I just have this whole tour. It wasn't a stand-up tour. It was just a I'll do stunts on stage.
Gotcha.
I'll be with a couple. Actually, that show I did alone. But it was I'll do stunts that aren't allowed on TV, and I promise I will be drunk and on drugs or your money back.
Everybody has a breathalyzer before you go on. Let me get you right.
Right, and I would get drunk before your eyes, and it was just a big shit
That's so
show.
much harder than stand up, getting plastered every night doing
Yeah.
stunts. You're like, let me
I
just do
was-
45
I
minutes of
was-
material.
I was just such a pile, dude. It was it was a shit show on purpose.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, and So in any case, like it was pretty regular for me to like staple my ball sack to my leg on this old tour.
So your nutsack saw the staple gun. I was like, all right, here we go. Yep, just do it already. I'll hold my breath.
And I would always, every show, I would be covered in my own blood because I would like break a light bulb over my head.
Yeah.
And then I would take,
do it.
and then, well, no, I would break the light bulb over my head. Then I would take a piece of the broken light bulb, and with the broken glass, I would like slash my tongue because it like bleeds a lot and it heals real fast.
Wow.
And then I would like smear my own blood all over myself, drip blood everywhere. And then I would like chew the glass and swallow it.
Yeah.
Which I stopped doing like, pretty shortly after because it's really bad for your teeth.
It can't be great.
But what did you? But yeah, so I'm covered in blood, and I got my fucking pants down, and my dick out, like with the staple gun, and I'm stapling my ball sack to my leg, and I said, like my quote was, "This is not art." I said, "This is strictly to be offensive." That's like, and that wouldn't have been a big deal, even though like this was in Louisiana, and like Louisiana, they don't have counties; they have what's called parishes, which is like has a very heavy religious context.
Yeah, churchy.
And like the way that Louisiana works, as I understand it, is like New Orleans is like real like Bourbon Street, Mardi Gras, tits out, everyone get drunk.
Dick
but
out,
like
love
as
it.
soon as
Your
you
average
cross,
Tuesday, yeah.
as soon as you cross the line of New Orleans, then the rest of the state like kind of like wants to compensate, like they for like they're more like they're
That's
more
not
laced
us.
up, they're more
yeah.
laced up, like religious and kind of gnarly. So after stapling my balls, I'm covered in blood, and like there, every show I'd like drank tequila like out of a bottle. I'd have people hawk loogies in my eyes and barf all over the stage, like and so
What did you close with? This is you like you if you open with fucking with your balls to your legs. What are you closing with? Like fighting a tiger? What are you closing
I
with?
mean, I don't know. Maybe like a fire breathing backflip off the top of a ladder.
What is happening? As casual as you say that's what makes it so. I don't know. It's a double backflip, just on fire, whatever, into cement.
Yeah, simultaneous fire breathing backflip from the top rung of a ladder.
How much were tickets? They better have been $4,000 per.
So at one, and I invariably on this whole tour, I had a bottle of tequila, like just which I would chug throughout the show.
Yeah.
And so at one point during this show in Louisiana, like a kid climbed on the stage and grabbed the bottle of tequila.
And you're like, Daddy needs
right?
that. That's my Gatorade.
I wouldn't have been tripping one way or another, but there were these huge bouncers who played football for like the big local college. They were like big football player bouncers. Yeah. And as soon as that kid got on stage and grabbed the bottle of tequila, like in such a professional and impressive, like, swift action, these bouncers like neutralized the kid, got the bottle of tequila back, and I remember being just impressed by the professionalism of these bouncers.
The efficiency. Yeah.
Right. So I was like, wow, these bouncers are really impressive. Like, why don't we play a round of British Bulldog? Like who wants to try to run across this stage past these very professional bouncers? I'm
Which
like,
they love. They're like, we're back in our football days again.
When they were like active football players.
Oh, shit,
they were like, so I'm like, I'm just riffing, I'm like, these bouncers are ready to fuck someone up.
Yeah.
Who wants to play British Bulldog? And there was like this kid, I know his name at this point.
Yeah. We'll skip that. We don't.
He was 19 years old. I think he weighed like $130.
No, dude.
Not going to end well for him.
He was the most excited kid in the crowd, dude. He was jumping up and down. He wanted to play British Bulldog so bad, and it had to be him. So I was like, okay, you. So now I set it up. The kid goes running across the stage, and it was like super anticlimactic. Like he just like ran right into the bouncers. The bouncers grabbed him, and like feeling that it was uncomfortably anticlimactic, I presume the bouncers wanted to like spice it up a little bit. So they together, these two bouncers, like, in unison, lifted this kid up above their head and just slammed him on the stage. And I did say the bouncers were going to fuck someone up. So, like,
your disclaimer was out there.
I did technically orchestrate the event. And so the kid, like having been like slammed on his head on the stage, was like unconscious. He was like twitching, like it was pretty gnarly. It was a really gnarly situation. They called an ambulance. Like I have like circus background, you know, like I'm a circus clown, and the whole point of circus clowns is that when there's a terrible accident, the clowns come running out and like distract attention. The show must go on. So that's my like. It's ingrained in me. The show must go on. Distract, and I was just like, that kid's being loaded into an ambulance on the stretcher. Fucking, is that what we came here to do?
The kid's just like twitching. You're like, who wants to spit in my eyeballs?
I was like, actually, you know what I said? I think I said, let's play another round of British.
Everybody's like, we're good. I don't want to.
I think I did because. In my mind, I didn't want to acknowledge anything really bad happened. I was like, that's like that's what we came here to do, you know, like, and
he's shaking, he's just cold, whatever.
Right. It was all pretty gnarly, man. And so like there was somebody in the crowd. This was 2002. There was no such thing as like a video camera in your pocket like there is today. But somebody in the crowd had like an old school home VHS video camera, and they were like filming it. And I remember like them, like the story was that they thought, ooh, you know, I just filmed something like that's pretty fucking gnarly. You know, I have this footage that's pretty crazy. And they gave it to the local newspaper. They were like, hey, I think this might be kind of news, you know. Ooh. So the newspaper. That's why it took a little while for the warrant to come out. You know, the newspaper saw the videotape. They were like, ooh, this isn't news. This looks to us like a crime. So the newspaper gave the videotape to the cops, like to the DA or whatever. And they saw two crimes in it. One crime was principal to like felony battery. Some like... And that one was I think it was 1.12 million because I think that the bail they set for the battery with the kid being slammed on his head and me being a principal to that was $120,000 bail. But then they said that that stapling my balls to my leg and saying
hearing a judge say that out loud was quite hilarious.
Say that this is not art. This is just to be offensive. They called that felony obscenity.
Really?
And for that, like, because it's like the parish thing, they wanted to throw the book at me for felony obscenity.
The Bible, they wanted to throw the Bible.
Right.
But Ballsacks are subjective, you know? It could be art to somebody.
Right, dude, it was totally art.
It belongs next to the Mona Lisa.
100%
Your Honor, I disagree. This is art. You pull it out in court.
You come in with a beret on, you're like, it's art.
Me saying it wasn't art was art. Okay.
Let's be real here.
Let's be real. So they set my bail for the ball stapling charge of felony obscenity at one, and it was like it's really specific like that. It was $1 million bail. It was the $1 million staple. And
you have a sack that's worth $1 million.
Yeah, and
that's pretty neat.
It was kind of
art right there.
That is art.
It was really cool too because like it was a fucked up deal with the kid getting slammed on his head. You know, like. I'm not fucking stoked that happened, you know. Like I acted like I was, but like that was a fucking bummer, you know. And I think that like myself as well as like my jackass bros, you know, like our what made us like, you know, sort of special and rad. Or you know what made it like is that we don't target anyone but ourselves, you know, like we're pretty good about not, and so like this kid getting hurt, that wasn't fucking cool.
And but news probably tried to spin it a little bit.
Not at all. Not one bit. It was just Steve-O got arrested for stapling his balls to his leg was the story.
And you're like, I'm framing this part, but the other part,
for sure. And like the kid getting, there was like very little attention given to the battery part. It was just like, and furthermore, like the list of celebrities who have been charged with felony obscenity is like really a dope ass list. You got Jim Morrison,
great names to be up against.
Lenny Bruce, 2 Live Crew, and Steve-O, and like then it never stuck. Nobody ever got convicted. Not one.
Really?
That's
Not
a
one.
great
So
list
like,
right there.
so with all the attention being on the ball stapling, like it really, in my view, at that time, and I kind of still feel that way. Like the whole ordeal, just like it allowed me to join the ranks of true American heroes.
Yeah,
You know?
dude. As long as was that kid okay afterwards?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
and like there was a lawsuit, and he got paid, and it was all good, you know.
But he got body slammed being on stage with his idol. So
I mean, I don't know. I never had like I mean, dude, it made perfect sense to me that the kid should get paid for.
Well,
You know,
yeah,
like
right.
there was never like there was never anything that I felt like, oh fuck this kid. You know, like I'm like. I wasn't stoked on it. I'm glad that like the scales of justice
Yeah.
you know, took care of the situation. And you know, if I ever heard from the kid, like I'd be stoked to hear him, you know.
goddamn.
Big shout out to our second sponsor of the episode, Hawthorne. Listen, y'all, life hasn't been easy lately, obviously, but looking, feeling, and smelling your best doesn't have to be hard. We're all hard. With a short quiz, Hawthorne makes grooming for the modern guy almost effortless. Hawthorne's a premium grooming brand that tailors your personal care routine to your unique profile.
And look, when Michael says quiz, no Adderall needed, okay? Unless you roll like that. You just answer very general stuff about somebody, how often they shower, what kind of hair do they have, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, boom. Essentially, you're just helping them out, okay? And it's super easy, all right? It's a couple questions, but they tailor everything towards that style, so you're not wasting. That way you don't have like this much freaking shampoo and this little conditioner, because I don't know what you do with your conditioner, but it's gone awfully quick. Where are you doing it? What are you doing with all your conditioner, Derek? But that's fine, because now you can answer these questions and let everybody know how often they really do use these products, so they're not wasting them.
And at the end, we took the quiz and we got an essentials bundle, and which is incredible because it comes with the entire product tailored to our bodies and lifestyle. I have curly hair, so I got the curly hair stuff. I like more of like a smoky scent, so I got the the smoky cologne. I'm smelling good. And also they have this cologne, which is crazy because it gives you the work and the play. So it's like, ooh,
Gives you
daytime.
two. Yeah. And I evaluate. I'll be like, is today a work day or a play day?
Yeah.
Bitch, every day is work day. Psych. I alternate.
Yeah, when I'm jerking off, I just do the play stuff. It's fucking awesome.
One last thing about the quiz. You can take it for anybody, but also just take it for yourself. You know, be honest, okay? They're not going to judge you, but they're going to help you, all right? So if this is something that you need and you want to make your bathroom look fire because the products come in dope little packages and are super clean like the off-white of your frickin' cleanliness, take Hawthorne's quiz today and get started on your personalized self-care routine by going to hawthorne.co and use code SOCKS for 10% off your first purchase. That's Hawthorne, HAWTHORNE.co. Promo code SOCKS. Hawthorne.co. Promo code SOCKS.
Go get it.
Goddamn.
But while that was going on, like there was $1.12 million, but I was also facing 8 years in prison.
Ooh.
It was like the maximum possible prison sentence for the battery was like 3 years, and then I think it was like 5 yees for the, I don't know. Not that I would ever have done 8 years in prison, but technically I was facing 8 years in prison, and I did not have $1.12 million. So so I was sitting in this jail cell on what they call Robert Downey Jr. block, meaning that I was in protective custody at the Twin Towers.
I heard this.
Yeah, like to protect, because they like if somebody's like you know, famous on any level, then they don't want to like the liability of anything happening to this. So they protect.
Yeah.
You know, so it's called protective custody.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the cops like taking me out of my cell to like they wanted to take pictures with me, take pictures of my back tattoo, which was brand new. The world didn't know about it.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like giving me boxes of cookies and shit. And they were like, "Oh man, you're in good company, dude. This is Robert Downey Jr. block you're on, dude. You're actually, you know, like fucking, we've had all these people, Tommy Lee, like all these, like, they're like, and ODB's always in here. You're
He comes by for the cookies on Tuesdays.
Yeah,
this is better than your average Motel 6.
And they said, ODB's always in here. They go, you're actually in ODB's cell. And
That's
I was
kinda
like,
tight.
oh, dude, that means so much.
That's an honor.
And,
That's how much he's into that he has his own cell.
Yeah.
That's
right.
so
Yeah,
much.
he's always, they said
Pretty
he's
neat.
always in that one
Residency,
cell.
you know?
Right. And so it was the criminal piece of it went on for quite some time. And then, I ultimately, I was in there for 5 days while I waited for a bail reduction hearing, where I got some lawyer, and the lawyer argued that I wasn't a flight risk because I couldn't hide anywhere. Like, everybody knows this guy, And so the judge saw it that way, and they reduced my bail to $150,000, which I borrowed from an accountant, my accountant at the time, who charged interest. It's great. Yeah, and so then now I'm out on bail, still facing 8 years in prison, but out on bail.
Yeah,
and I fucking bring my shit show tour over to Europe.
There you go.
Where I got arrested for international drug smuggling while on bail for facing 8 years in prison.
And do you have a manager at this time?
Sort of, yeah.
Every time they get a call from you, they're probably like, God damn it, what the fuck is it now?
My manager was this shady rave promoter from Cleveland who was just
Cleveland, say less.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it was pretty epic times.
Yeah.
And dude, I want to say too that this the ball stapling thing, there's a whole I had a bit in my show about the ball stapling, and also a bit. I mean, this is the crown jewel bit of my comedy special with the international drug smuggling. There's a lot packed in there, but you can see the whole deal. You can see the drug smuggling, the crazy near death experience, the actual arrest, all this stuff in my comedy special. It's called Gnarly.
Yeah.
And it's a multimedia comedy special where not only are the stories I'm telling absurd and completely true, but there's footage interstitially edited into it. So it's
like a documentary mixed with comedy.
Yeah, it's a
whole package.
It's the I believe the world's first multimedia comedy special.
That's sick. And where can people get that on your website?
It's at stevo.com.
Fuck yeah, dude. Stevo.com.
You have to click that you're over the age of 18 to even watch the trailer.
That's how you know it's fucking good.
The trailer.
How you know it's good.
Yeah, if nothing else, please everybody go to stevo.com just to watch this fucking
we'll put the
insane
link.
trailer.
Yeah.
I'm fucking stoked to watch it, dude. And correct me if I'm wrong. Did you, I think it was you, or it might have been one of your bros, jerked off while skydiving?
That was me.
Skyjacking. Skyjacking.
Listen, this is called Stiff Socks. We might talk about cum here or there, sporadically.
Yeah.
Maybe, who knows?
For an hour of the episode.
Yeah, just for every episode.
That's the closer for my next comedy special is skyjacking.
I love it.
What
do you think God is doing looking down at me Steve, God, put your dick away?
It's exciting because my Gnarly comedy special, which is I just mentioned, it's at stevo.com. It represents largely a journey through my illustrious criminal record.
Yeah.
And for and with all footage supporting the stories, so you see everything that's happening as you're listening to the stand up. And then I didn't want it to all be down memory lane, regaling the past. So I let each bit that's an old bit inspires a new one, So
Got it. Yeah.
It's because of this crazy story, and then that inspired this,
Yeah.
So whatever. But once I got done taping that special, then I was like, okay, now it's just gonna get fucking depressing for me if I'm gonna be rehashing the past for I don't want to be living in the past.
Yeah.
So I
you're still doing dope shit to this day.
It's that was my plan, and I started for this new tour, which got kind of stopped for the pandemic. But it's the bucket list tour.
Oh,
and where I describe my bucket list, it's sort of the bottom of the barrel stunts, which are just for one reason or another, just so fucking gnarly or just terrible that they was able to sit on the ideas for years or decades.
Right.
And like, just it was never. None of these ideas were ever supposed to happen. They were like crazy ideas just to say, you know, like I'm gonna jack off and blow a load while I'm falling out of an airplane.
And then everyone's laughing. You're like, I'm serious.
And then I was like, okay, so now after my gnarly special, I was like, okay, I want to do all new shit. I want to do all new shit and make a stand up, make my new hour about all the new shit. So I took like just 8 months off of touring, like entirely just stopped fucking touring and just got to filming all of the new bits for the Bucket List tour. And as I filmed the new bits, then I just regularly went to the Comedy Store, the Laugh Factory, and worked out each bit. And then ultimately I put it together. And then I went out on the Bucket List tour, where now I'm bringing the footage with me on tour.
That was my question, right? So are you gonna do? It's gonna be that multimedia shit, right? You're gonna do the bit, and then so
almost like TED Talk-ish a little bit,
dude.
With the gnarly special, it all got cut in post.
Yeah,
which I was really happy about. The fact that the act itself didn't need, you know, like it stood alone as a stand-up act, but then it was a bonus for the special to have all the footage cut in.
Yeah.
But with the Bucket List, I was like, okay, this footage like is exclusive for the tour. I mean, there's nowhere I can show fucking jacking off and blowing a load.
You can show it right here. Let's see.
I'll chat.
We're on the second floor, bro. Yeah. Let's fucking see if you can get off.
I have it on my phone. Like, it's kind of funny. I was on Ridiculousness during the taping of the show, I ran over and showed him like as I'm blowing a load falling out of the air. Like you see his reaction. Like
some PA in the back just blindfolded.
But dude, for the Bucket List, like, dude, it's like high level shit. I had an idea where I was gonna I wanted to like do a sprint at the track and field with one of my buddies, and like, you know, you start with the gun, like under Mike Tyson, you shoot the gun, but the gun like has tranquilizer darts, and they shoot me and my buddy in the butt cheek, and then like we sprint for distance. You know, like
before you guys pass out.
Yeah, and then whoever makes it the farthest before you land on your
3
face.
yards.
How the fuck do you come up with this shit, man?
And you did this?
Well, we found somebody who could set it all up. You know, we found somebody with the gun and the darts.
Where did you find somebody with a dart gun?
Someone in Alabama.
In the Amazon,
somebody in Alabama.
Alabama.
We know. Dart gun Mike is what they call him. Yeah.
Right, but the thing was the guy was ready to do it.
But
I'm a sober guy, and the main thing in the darts is ketamine, and like I love ketamine. I can't fuck with it, you know.
I would just
So I was like, okay, I got to do it a different way, and so what I came up with was like, oh, all right. Since I got sober, I've had so many surgeries.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like I'm pretty used to like being put under general anesthesia.
Yeah.
So I went on my social media asking for general anesthesiologists to hit us up about a stunt. And the stunt was, I want them to give me general anesthesia while I'm on a bicycle. So there's the anesthesia bike ride.
Anesthesia.
That's what I'm saying. These are all words pulled out of a hat, being like, today we're doing blank, blank, and blank.
Right, and then there's another one that was like super old too. Like the tranquilizer dart was like way back in Wild Boys. That's like, you know, and then like even the oldest idea of them all was the vasectomy Olympics, where I'm like,
I mean, walk me through this one.
All of these alone could be its own special.
It was when I was a little kid, I heard a joke, and the joke was, what is the definition of macho? It's a man who jogs home from his own vasectomy. And like, I was just like, I didn't even know what a vasectomy was. I was just like, all I knew is I wanted to be macho. So I never forgot that.
Whatever I got to do to be macho.
I never forgot the joke. And then I was like, all right, like people thought that was so funny, you know, jog home. Like, what if I really fucking like do like an obstacle course, kind of like fucking gnarly? Like I just got a vasectomy.
Jumping over Camrys and shit.
And so like, it was a big deal. I never wanted to have kids, but now I found like my girl. Like, and I'm engaged. I got engaged.
Congrats.
You see me propose to my girl at the very last thing that happens on stage in the gnarly special.
You should have done that on ketamine. Just fucking propose to her as you're passing out. Would you be my home?
Put the ring on the dart gun right on her finger.
Right. But So she doesn't want kids either. So it made sense.
Perfect.
We did the vasectomy. And like after the vasectomy, I got on a horse, like bareback horse, right, bouncing up and down on the horse, like.
This is amazing.
And yeah, and then we had all these fucking. So the bucket list is I'm really fucking stoked on it.
It's awesome. When does that come out?
Well, I've got
Still
like
in
all kinds
production.
of legs
Yeah.
to tour with it, you know.
Oh,
And
do that first. And,
I actually for the first I did like a little over a year of touring the bucket list,
Mhm.
and I was borrowing. I had a couple bits in the bucket list tour from the Gnarly because Gnarly hadn't come out yet.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool.
So now the Gnarly has come out. Like that leaves a couple holes in the bucket list
Yeah.
show. So I'm plugging them in with some new stuff that I'm working on right now.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Namely, the world record for the highest belly flop ever performed into pure piss.
Has anybody
I
else
mean,
done
what?
it in the pee?
1 foot.
Yeah, exactly. Just a puddle and
Into
you
a
belly
kiddie
flop in
pool,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
But how much piss was it? Like it?
Well, the kiddie pool that I got for this stunt,
Oh, it was kiddie pool. I was fucking around.
I mean, it's just solid.
specifically 157 gallons to the fill line. So
Where do you get that
Where
much
you
pee?
get it?
You just go to
Well,
Dodger
I got-
Stadium and have the troughs all lead into one tube?
You go
No,
to the
I got,
Bronx Zoo with a fucking
yeah.
elephant? Come on.
My girl has a device called Go Girl. It's like a funnel. It's like a
Oh, yeah. It's like a.
Oh, I saw it.
like
yeah.
So you can
a
pee
vagina
anywhere.
shaped funnel.
Yeah.
That like
And you're like, this quarantine's been a little slow, so every day just getting in there.
now my girl and I pee into gallons like all the time. Like my editors at the house, like he only pees into bottles. I've got a warehouse down in San Diego where we fulfill all of our online merch orders. The warehouse team is peeing into bottles.
Oh my
like
God.
in my front yard, in my front yard right now, I have 115 gallons of pee.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have 200 gallons of pee. So fuck you, dude.
Right, but dude, now the pee is not the challenge anymore. Now it's getting the belly flop off the roof of my RV.
That's
Dude,
amazing.
Couldn't you just
Check it out.
just buy-
That's like an apple fucking juice factory.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty serious.
buy this?
No. It's got to be from yourself. It's got to be from the team,
Oh, let me tell
right?
you, it's way better to buy from the team.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking.
Dude, I
couldn't you just-
have a couple buddies who
Can I contribute some pee to that? That'd be an honor.
Sure.
If I could fill this out,
Sure.
I really have to pee today. So if I could,
Yeah,
just-
I'm saving my pee right now. I have to pee so bad, and I'm waiting to pee into a bottle in the car.
by all means. That's so funny. It's like in Dumb and Dumber when they're peeing into the bottles and get pulled over.
Yeah.
Right.
That's amazing.
But
This is what
belly flops are gnarly too. Like the instinct to put your arms in front of me. Like I don't want to be like the kind of belly flop where you know people are like spit, and then they bring in their.
It's
You
got to
wanna
be
have
a
hands
fuck-
tied behind your back.
I'm straight up tying my hands behind my
And that's
back.
from RV into the kiddie pool.
Yeah,
That's
off the roof of the RV into the kiddie pool.
Oh, well, that's kind of high for a kiddie pool because kiddie pool is what?
Well,
like maybe
yeah,
this
the
deep?
kiddie pool's got 13 inches deep.
That's not enough.
I
for
know,
an
but then
RV height?
but I bought a crash pad which the kiddie pool sits on top of.
Okay,
That's
even
how all
still.
the world record belly flops are done. Kiddie pool on top of a
Got
crash
it.
pad.
With
Got
the
it.
urine on top of that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's honestly amazing.
I need to ask you a question. I really need because we talked about this off air yesterday about how we would do the jack off jump out of a plane thing. And we were like,
Okay.
oh, is he hard before he jumps? Does he get hard in the air? Is he coming?
There's so many layers to it. That's why it's such an epic closer for the bucket list show because there's like so many layers to it. It was so challenging on so many levels and it's just so hysterically funny. Starting with reaching out to skydive companies.
Yeah. They're like,
know,
hey, I'm
my-
interested. They're like, this is great.
My
Let's
guy-
skydive.
yeah.
With my dick out. All right.
My guy, my tour manager, my co-producer buddy Scott Randolph.
Yeah.
He like just calls some skydive companies. Hey, I don't know if you ever heard of Steve-O, and like across the boards they were like, "Fuck yeah, we've heard of Steve-O. Do whatever you guys want, man. Fucking totally down."
Yeah, they're gonna regret saying whatever you want.
He says, all right, well, we've got this idea, and he wants to like jack off, and he described a great deal of silence on the calls.
Exactly. The funniest part.
A lot of silence on the calls, like, ooh, I don't know, I'm gonna have to ask my boss, and then like they get back and they're like, sorry, the boss, we're family, like
Family
a
owned,
family deal.
nice interior, can't get nut on it.
We can't be out there like that. And so I think we got rejected by like 15 skydive companies.
And then Spirit Airlines picks up the phone and they're like, we already are jerking off on the plane. Our pilot's busting loads out the window. The stewardess is jerking you off.
Goddamn.
I'm outside in an AMG. Guys, we all shop online.
We do. I
And
do.
Do you like to save money?
I love saving money,
Hey,
sir.
same here. But the thing is, I don't like to scour the internet to like look for the best codes and coupons. So what you can do
What?
is not scour and let Honey do the work. And what's even the best part about Honey, it's free. Do I have your attention? Free. Honey supports over 30,000 stores online, and they range from sites from tech to gaming to popular fashion brands, even food delivery. What it is, it's a browser extension that just looks at what you got in your cart and goes, hey, you're getting the best deal, and if not, here you go.
Hey, are you searching for maybe a shirt and you're like, oh my, the shirt's $60.
Not when you got Honey, because Honey comes through and says, hey, promo code, hey, TING18768. Now the shirt is $17. Oh, you saved some money. Why don't you get Honey so you can start saving some money? Did I just rhyme like Trevor normally does? Yes, but I just did it. So whatever.
You
Listen.
rhymed Honey and money?
Yes, I did.
That's pretty good, man.
I'm the best. Hold on, sarcasm. Listen.
And it's super easy. You don't even have to click to remind it. It's already there. It's spotting you when you don't even need a spot, because when you check out, the Honey button drops down and all you have to do is click apply coupons. All right. It's like your mom at the grocery store, but you're not at a grocery store. You're sitting in your studio apartment saving money.
Oh, I love saving money.
Okay.
So I've used it a bunch before. I remember I got a pair of shoes online. They were like $115, and mentally my max for shoes is $100. Anything over that, crazy. And these were $115, but I brought it down to $100 so I could justify that extra $15. So I felt like I was gaming the system, even though the shoes were probably $3 to make, and I still paid $97 in profit for the company. I still say $15, so I still won this battle. An FU company, I'm not going to say, but I still made money off of them. Thank you to Honey.
If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out on free savings. It's literally free and installs in a few seconds. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this podcast, Stiff Socks. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/socks. That's joinhoney.com/socks.
Join Honey, get money. How's that for rhyme?
I did. No.
Cut.
Oh, Gabe, turn the cameras on.
Goddamn.
It was after 15 rejections, I finally was like, okay, look, dude, I'm gonna handle this. And so I put it on my social media. Like, I just put like a story, like, hey, I need
to jerk off at high altitudes.
There was actually other like, even before that, like, and this is the crazy part too, like, at the taping of my gnarly special, which I paid for myself. The whole
Where did you shoot that, by the way?
At the Gothic Theater in Denver.
Awesome. Yeah.
And dude, for the opening sequence, like all my the whole cast of Jackass duct tapes me to the side of a billboard truck, hits baseballs at me, and then drives the fucking truck down the highway. So you see me like literally duct taped to the side of a truck, driving from LA to Denver. That's how I get to the theater in the opening sequence.
The whole trip?
We did the whole way from LA to Vegas. And we mounted a box over me so that we could like get out to the traffic with impunity. We unscrewed the box when we got to the city before Barstow, and then just fucking balls did.
But even that's still.
Then a month later, we flew to like Colorado Springs, and we picked off like the shots to get the whole. You know, but yeah, it was epic. So now I'm at the theater. They're about to introduce me. And like, you know, I want to like come through, you know, like dive onto the stage. Yeah. So I'm like behind the bar, right? Like I'm behind the bar at the back of the theater, like waiting for the shit to pop up. Like it's go time. Yeah. Right. This kid spots me behind the bar. Right. Here he is at my show. This is the taping. He's like, fucking dude, Steve. And I'm thinking, fucking, like, not the fucking time, man. I don't want to fucking talk to you right now. I'm just like, not the fucking time. And I'm trying to ignore him. But then he goes, dude, you got to go skydiving. I'm a fucking I'm a professional skydiver. And I'm like, this is too important.
This show can wait.
I'm like, this is too important. So and the story is 100% true. So I go over to the kid, and he's on the other side of the bar, and I tell him like right, this whole show is about to pop off, and I'm talking to this kid, and I say, well, I do have a skydiving idea, you know, like that I want to film, especially because now I know as soon as I tape this special, I want to go immediately into production on filming all the bucket, and I know that this is on my bucket list.
Yeah.
And so I know I want to set this up, and I do have this idea, and super fast I explained to the kid, you know, I want to be in an airplane, tandem skydive with a guy on my back, jacking off, like blow a load, everyone falling out of the plane. And the kid just looks like kind of like awestruck. He's like, and he says, dude, you can totally come all over me.
Look, I love my fans, but I don't know if anybody would ever do that for me.
He goes, you can totally come all over me.
And then you guys
And so
chest bumped.
so real quick, I got his number.
Oh,
I
you
fucking
have
straight
to.
got his number, and then I ran on the stage of the whole show. You know, like
Oh my God.
it wasn't even like, you know, there was no way to got the kid's number. And so then, you know, not very long after, I reached out to the kid, and I'm like, all right, dude, you ready
It's time to get nutted.
I texted him. I said, you ready to get cummed on?
You just send him the peanut emoji and question it.
Yeah, I'm like, you ready to get cummed on or what? And so we start.
Or what? What's the other option?
Yeah.
So we start planning it out, and then all of a sudden the kid's like, dude, like, I gotta come clean, man. Like, I don't actually have my tandem license. I gotta jump like 200 more times.
You're like,
Well,
well,
get to jumping.
start
But,
chugging some monsters and get
You know,
jumping.
but I'll hurry.
I love
I'm like,
the
dude, I'm not
dedication.
waiting for you to jump 200 times. And he says, okay, but dude, my bro is licensed as a tandem instructor, and I can film it. I go, dude, no. So that's why we started calling the skydive companies.
Yeah.
Then we got rejected 15 times. Then I go on my social media asking for skydive instructors.
Who wanted to
Like-
get cummed on?
What, just to do a stunt with me.
Yeah.
To do a stunt with me. And I told him to contact Scott Randolph. The next day, you know, the story hasn't even run its course yet. Scott says, dude, I have 72. I've got 72 licensed tandem skydive instructors. And I go, cool. Now tell him the idea.
Yeah, exactly. He goes, okay, I have 0 tandem instructors. Yeah.
I know, but dude, 20 of them were down. Can you imagine? You don't 20.
Wow.
You don't
I'm not good at
imagine-
math, but 20 divided by 72, that's a pretty good percentage.
You don't imagine that much overlap.
No. Because then you got to swipe through the pictures and be like, who am I trying to come on for this? You got to be
Well,
selective.
now I had to pick one of these 20 people.
Was it hard?
No.
What did
God,
you?
no.
What did you
The
go?
guy jumped out
what
of
did
the
you go
pack
with?
like a fucking.
Like,
I went with the guy.
what was your criteria for like? I want to come
Yeah.
on his
Okay,
face.
well, I
now?
didn't even have to like, you know, there was zero debate. There was one guy who said, please.
You're like, fuck everybody else. This is our guy right here.
But it wasn't just that he politely said, please let me be the one. It was that he works
I will jerk
at a
you off.
place that's conveniently located in Northern California.
Yeah.
It was like just outside of Fresno or Sacramento.
Next
Great
door.
outfit
Let me
out there.
plug these people because they're
Yeah.
fucking fantastic.
Please
They're called skydiving.
Okay.
And fuck, dude, it's been so long I can't even remember the Davis, California.
Cool.
Davis is great said, yeah. Good
Right.
moisture in there for jerkability.
Right. So not only are they conveniently located in Davis, California, they also hold the world record for the most naked jumps.
And you're like, well, you're about to hold something else.
Yeah. So fucking.
Did
So they're
was
all
the-
over this.
Was the guy?
They're
Was
all
everyone
over
naked
this.
in this stunt?
No, everybody wasn't naked except the tandem guy was wearing a Speedo,
Just to,
and I was butt naked.
yeah.
But
Good
dude,
for
like,
him.
and I want to give credit to my bro. He's not even a comedian, but my bro Jeremy Uriz. When I told him that we were setting this up, I go, dude, they've got the fucking whole the world record for the most naked jumps, dude. They're all over this.
Yeah.
And he says, and they want this all over them.
Exactly. 100%. That's
Yeah.
amazing, man.
So yeah, but that only gets us to the day.
Mm-hmm.
We're like not out of layers, dude, of complexity and
yeah,
and
that was like
challenge.
the entry level.
That's
shit.
just to
Yeah,
get,
we're in the
that's
door
just to
at this
get
point.
there.
Yeah.
That's just to get there. So we get there, spend the night on their property, rent an RV for the crew. You know, like we get up there, spend the night. I got my jackass bro Preston Lacey.
Great
Can I
guy.
ask
Yeah.
real quick? This is a very important timeline question. Did you not jerk off or fuck?
4 days. I
Thank you,
saved
that's
up
what I
a
wanted.
load for 4
That's a
fucking
lot
days.
of
That's what
Come,
I'm saying. You got to prep the dig.
Yeah.
You put him in a nice little lavender bed.
I saved up for 4 days deliberately.
Were you staying away from just everything? Just like no
I
booze,
mean,
Horse
nothing?
blinders, no
I
incident.
got my yeah, like I'm like pretty candid about like being in recovery for sex addiction.
Yeah.
You know, so like porno is like no go.
Gotcha.
Like I'm super like I'm super mindful of like, you know, my healthy relationship and stuff, you know. And as it relates to identifying as a sex addict, I feel strongly that I would rather be the guy who says I'm a sex addict who works really hard to do the right thing and live with integrity
Word.
than to be all the fucking scumbags who don't identify as a sex addict but like cheat on their girls and stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
No, dude,
so
that's
what-
beautiful. Yeah.
and I think my girls were grateful for that fact. But I did not blow a load for 4 days, you know, and the morning of waking up in the RV at Skydance skydiving, for breakfast I ate 4 Cialis tablets. So, you know, because I thought, you know, being in a
I just picture you with like I just picture a little coffee plate cutting up Cialis.
Toast and a
Right.
fucking.
You had a continental breakfast. We have omelets. You're like, no, fuck all that.
yeah, I ate 4 dick pills.
The fucking.
And
4
then,
days, 4 dick pills. We're going with theme of
Right,
fours here.
and you know, knowing that I'm gonna have a dude strapped to my back in a small aircraft filled with dudes who are pointing cameras at me.
Yeah.
A lot of
I
pressure.
thought there's a lot of fucking a lot of things going on here.
How big is your dick?
Not like it's average.
Like a 6?
It's it's average. It's
Okay.
pretty,
All right.
like
Because I saw some bulge when I was watching.
Yeah,
So I was like,
that-
oh, because you got way more. Because I'm about 5.5, 6, but your bulge looks fucking stupendous.
it's all balls, I think. But
It's
All balls,
stupendous,
yeah.
dude.
yeah, well, thanks, brother.
It's-
You're
Thanks.
welcome,
Cialis.
dude.
So I brought a portable DVD player, so that you know.
Oh.
This is I was actually like legitimately excited about it because porno is part of my like no fly zone. You know,
How
like
long,
like
have you been off porno?
fuck man, I haven't watched porno in multiple years.
God, I got to get on that.
Yeah.
I think that's the way
It's
to go, man.
porno's
what year-
destructive.
what
I think
year
it's
is
really
this?
destructive right now.
No. Yes. That is a great question.
This stunt was 2018.
Okay, cool. So you're a couple years in. So you brought the DVD player up there.
Got the DVD player. Now here's the fucking kicker. They tell me that there's a window of time, just 2 minutes. That there's going to be a green light comes on in the plane.
Yeah.
And that we can only fall out of the airplane during the 2 minutes that green light is on, or we're going to miss the drop zone. So I have to time
That's a
my
real red
ejaculation
wire, blue wire type
with-
moment. Yeah.
within a specific window of 2 minutes. And I'm like, wait a second, dude. Like already this is challenging enough.
Yeah.
I gotta fucking time it to be within this specific window.
With how many people were in the plane with you? Like 5,
Fuck,
6?
dude. At least.
So there's
We had I think we had 13 cameras rolling.
So there's about let's just say 10, 12, 13 dudes in the plane.
No, I mean a lot of the cameras were mounted. you
Okay.
know, like so as far as like actual dudes, we had 6 or 7.
There's 6. There's already too many. There's 6 or
Right.
7 dudes
And
in there.
small ass aircraft.
In a small ass craft. You're rock hard after full Cialis.
It's not the case. I was able to, you know, like I mean, I got my boner going pretty quickly, but the fucking thing wasn't working. Now here's my sort of just to get into my headspace when I find out about the 2 minute window.
Oh, you found
Like-
out about it on the plane.
I found out about it like
You look down at your
tell
dick
you
and you're
the
like,
deal. Well,
it's
tell
go
me.
time.
I'm on the tarmac.
Yeah.
I'm on the tarmac and I find out about the 2 minute window.
Okay.
And so I sit there and I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, all right.
Give your
I
dick a
com-
pep talk.
I process the information.
Yeah.
I compute the math.
Yeah.
And I say, give me 1 minute's notice before the 2 minutes starts.
But I love your body that well. You're like, carry the Y with a Z.
But
We're good.
dude,
Oh shit.
I mean, dude, and then the whole experience of it, like, you know, you just gotta come see the fucking the bucket list tour.
Yeah.
Because it's just it just gets crazier from there, dude.
I love that, man. That's such a good build up right there. That is so good. I think we were right around coming up towards the end, so we just answer some questions from some people.
Cool, man. Let's do
I'm
it.
gonna just take a pee real quick. Do you want me to pee in a bottle?
Sure, please. Yeah,
I
yeah.
would love that.
That'd be an honor.
Oh, fuck, you know what's so funny? I don't need to pee, but I'm like, fuck.
I'm absolutely ready for questions.
Hell
But
yeah.
first, I want to say to all of the listeners, to all of the viewers, if you have been entertained by this episode, then I want you to go to Amazon and type in Steve-O's hot sauce for your butthole. Okay? I believe that at the moment we are.
I will do that right now. Wait. Hold on.
I
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
I'm ranked number 30 best hot sauce or most popular hot sauce on all of Amazon. Like
Holy
Steve-O's hot sauce for your butthole. And it's exciting because I'm a very small fish in a rather large pond being on Amazon. And like it would mean a lot to me.
Yeah, only
if you would-
$12.99.
$12.99, yeah.
I'm gonna get something fucking right now.
It's fucking delicious, man. I love it so much.
Faster delivery. I can get this shit tomorrow. So
Yeah.
Let me see it.
Yeah, hot
So how
sauce for your
spicy? So you
butthole.
did hot ones on a level of spice.
You know what? My emphasis was not on like making it like so hot. I just like legitimately wanted to be good.
It's just a good name.
It's a mix of XXX habanero and
love habanero.
habanero garlic.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
fire.
garlic.
It's so fucking good, dude.
So-
and
so-
just everybody just try it, even if it's just like a gag gift or it's just fun to have it because it says Steve-O's hot sauce for your butthole and it's got me with the firecracker up my ass.
Yeah.
Like it's a fun thing to have, and everybody loves shopping on Amazon because it's just fun.
I
and
literally
convenient.
just bought it in
dude.
the time
Yeah.
that we said that you had it. I just bought it. So
hot
it's
Steve-O's
simple as
hot
that,
sauce for
yeah.
your butthole. It would mean a lot to me if you got
Dude,
that.
estimated delivery is the 26th. That's 3 days. That's fucking. That's how easy it is. Go to Amazon.
Yeah.
And send us some pictures to the Stiff Socks account. of
Yeah,
you,
and I always say this too. When I
using it.
think a podcast was really entertaining and fun, I always like to thank the people who stuck around to the very end because it's that retention that can be elusive.
Well, dude, I couldn't imagine anybody hearing your stories and being like, "I'm bored." Like
All right.
your stories are so like top notch of that.
But the people who we're speaking to at this point in the podcast,
Oh, yeah.
we've now whittled it down to the people that we really care about.
Correct.
You know,
love
we've
that.
now like the people who we have retained, you know, are the people who deserve a special thank you.
Yeah.
You know, and I always like to say too that if you are among these special people, I would love it if you throw me a tweet. Say, hey, I listened, you know, tweet me, and I listened to the very end on Stiff Socks.
Yeah.
You know, and I fucking every time I see it, I'll fucking hit that heart button on every tweet.
Good dude.
Fuck
Just to show appreciation, you know.
Yeah,
Very smart.
I
Yeah,
love
because
it.
like we tour a little bit together. When people come up
Good.
to us, they're like, "Yo, we listen to the podcast," or we're like,
Dude.
we're like these levels. It's
Means
like
the world.
Yeah, we're like, you guys come over here.
Yeah.
Let's hug. You
Yeah.
know, it's like
Means
it's
the
something
world.
about that. Yeah, so
That's huge.
Yeah.
And of course, like, dude, even if it's just to watch the trailer, go to steveo.com and watch the trailer for Gnarly. It's fucking. I'm so
excited to
proud of
watch
that
it.
fucking thing.
Yeah, man, that's your baby. It's
my
you
baby,
funded
yeah.
it. You did everything. That's all your vision, which is so fucking tight. And that's like ultimately what everybody wants to do in this industry is like, you know, create your own baby and do
Yeah,
that.
it's crazy, man. Yeah, so I've got a bunch of projects I'm working on, and it's just crazy. I'm fucking 46 years old, and I'm like thriving.
Dude,
man.
you're
Yeah,
hustling, but
yeah.
like it shows across everything. Like your YouTube's popping, everything. You got an
thank
editor,
you,
it's
man.
shot all well. It's not like you're on Instagram Live, like doing like I'm. You know, it's like it's production.
dude,
It's
I-
great
dude,
level
I-
quality.
I am a psycho in the edit.
Right over the shoulder, but
It's edited super entertaining, man. It's fucking real quick. Yeah.
I'm full. I call it full psycho over every frame. Like,
Yeah, dude, I'm the same way.
That's why I was a little bit late. I only left my house when I was supposed to be here because we're working on the new video about my girl's fake tits she just got. I mean, that's what I'm gonna
Why
rope
didn't we
people.
start with that?
Maybe I rope people in with like my girl's new fake tits, and I'll be all thumbs up in her cleavage. And then, really, as the video starts, like, you know, I say I profess my love for her. I love her so much. I didn't even care she had no titties.
I didn't even know she.
That's fucking
I'm here for
love,
personality
dude.
and the heart.
That's love,
That's
dude.
what those things are.
Right.
Yeah.
And I say, so now we're gonna go through like the hilarious list of reasons why she is perfect for me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you know, there's like a lot of fun stuff. So we were shooting that together, and
how did you guys meet, you and your lady?
she's a production chick, and we met her on a job.
That's great.
She was working in the art department. She's like a production stylist, like a set design.
Yeah, there's something about those art. I love art chicks, dude.
I mean, dude, the shoot had like 3 models that were hired.
Yeah.
And my girl was just like working in the art department. She wasn't like no makeup, like she had no fucking.
So much higher.
And dude, I remember thinking like, dude, the fucking art department chick is so much more attractive to me than the models.
It's not even close. I said this sort of in my stand-up when I was like, I don't want a 10. 10s are it is too much. They don't bring anything. It's like a 7.5 all day, bro.
My girl's dope as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
She's epic. So it's sort of a video of like all the crazy things that make her so rad, and then we just filmed the 3rd edition of Titty Trick Shots with my girl.
Oh my
That's
god,
fucking great.
Yeah. So I was like bouncing this rubber ball through this fucking obnoxious penthouse suite in Vegas like a few days
Dude,
ago.
if that doesn't get 100 million views, then
I don't know
it's just
what
broken.
will. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing, man.
But in any case, yeah, that's what I've been up to. And thank you guys for the kind words. Let's get into some questions.
Yeah, let's fucking
Yeah,
do it.
do it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah, we got some questions. This one here is from CD Sammy, who says, "You've done a lot of damage to your junk, but what to you has been the worst pain your dick has ever been in?"
The worst pain my dick has ever been in.
I just picture your dick smoking a cigarette, like, oh, I'll tell you a story or two.
Can't,
Yeah, it's a Vietnam vet for sure.
I can't say what it was for, but I did get shot in the dick with a fucking.
With anything.
You can just stop.
I mean, yeah, it was like, and it's insane how like literally immediate it just turned into a fucking purple bratwurst
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
What was
my
the
Lord.
material you got hit with?
paintball.
Oof. Yeah, I paintball all the time growing up, so like a fucking paintball to the.
Paintballs are fucking serious, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never got hit by one. But
And was it
I
bare
imagine.
skin, I would imagine? Or like speedo?
I mean, I was wearing like 1 layer of cotton.
Yeah. Which doesn't do anything. It's like a Kleenex over your dick just for
Right.
the camera to blur it.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, dude! It was striking how fucking. But yeah, let me not say anymore.
How long did it take to get back to normal?
Yeah, within a week, I'd say that we were good to go.
Was there a phase where it didn't look as bruised but still looked a little puffy and you're like, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nah,
damn
it.
6.2 inches,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
it was towards the base.
Oh, yeah, so it looked like a pear. It
Yeah.
was a great question. What else you
Yeah,
got?
solid. This is a question from All Money In, who says, "What was it like doing coke with Tyson?"
Okay.
Well,
It was yeah, it was crazy, man. We were locked up in a bathroom for like 3 fucking hours. He told me that everybody's got me wrong, that I'm actually really smart.
I love that.
He said everybody's got you wrong, man. You're a really smart guy.
That's great. And where is this?
This was in 2005 at like some mansion
Yeah.
in LA somewhere. Maybe the hills.
Man,
don't
I
know.
would pay so much money to hear the conversations that went on.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Good Lord. Do you have a favorite person you've ever done drugs with?
I mean, I would say Tyson,
Tyson's
Kid,
gotta be
like
pretty
Kid
neat.
Rock. I actually made a whole video on my YouTube channel called
I've seen
Celebrities
that
I Did
one.
Coke
I've seen
With.
that one.
Yeah, it was like the only stand-up bit that I ever put on YouTube.
I have
And it
100%
was
seen
like,
that. And there were celebs on there that you're like, really? These people?
No,
did
no,
that?
I don't think that there were any revelations. I had Kid Rock,
Kid
you
Rock is
know,
great.
like Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Like,
so it wasn't
repertoire.
anyone from like the Big Bang Theory or some fucking. You're
Nah,
like, hold
nah,
on,
nah,
what?
nah.
Yeah.
Nah, there are certain names that I'll carry to the grave.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. I love that.
That's fucking.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't even need to know who those are, but that's so cool. They just like you like see them on a billboard and you're like, yeah, I know
Yeah.
your secrets.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Tom
know-
Hanks, dude. Fucking tell me. You gonna blow with Tom Hanks?
He leans in, he's like Barack Obama, and then just walks out. You can Barack?
Nah.
Ah,
Okay.
Michelle.
I've never met Tom Hanks or Barack Obama, just in case.
Gotcha. Well, that's awesome.
All right, next question was.
Yeah, let's do one more here. This one's from Lewis, and he says, "Congrats on the engagement."
Right on.
But
yeah.
they want to know. Basically, they want to know, because your public persona and stuff you've done is so crazy. Back in your heyday, were like women that were attracted to you and like wanted to sleep with you into really crazy shit?
I mean, like crazy, like sex stuff.
Kind of like as a comic, they're like they want to be funny to you because they're like, oh, you're funny. Now I'm gonna try to be funny, but they like try to do like a stunt type shit.
I don't remember too much of that. Like on my first comedy special, which is called Guilty as Charged, I ran through that was sort of a journey through my sexual history. That whole first hour, you know, like it was sort of easy for me to lean into the blue stuff, like famous like groupie sex stories was like a lot, and then it like the arc of it went through like sexual addiction and recovery, and I had like it's all on that Guilty as Charged special, all the fucking super graphic sex stories, like the triple blowjob, like I did triple hard. Yeah. I had a triple blowjob and like.
Did it look like have you seen a cross joint where it's like the you smoke at the end and then the sides, kind of like that down there where it's like bop bop bop?
It was it was crazy like this like the real funny part about the triple blowjob bit was how like I was like I got the 3 girls and this one like this one girl was like doing way too good of a job. And so like, so I went to the next girl and then that girl like was fucking like basically chewing on my dick. It was like such a toothy blowjob. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, of course.
She's keeping me in the game.
I didn't even think about it like that.
Keeping me in the game. Yeah. So that was kind of funny. Like, and then there was another one where a girl, she was like clearly getting ready to orally stimulate me, and she was like, get ready to have a really good time, and then she like pulled out her teeth. She had like one of these guys, but it was all of her front teeth.
Yeah.
Dude, that's her finishing move right there.
And I was like, and I remember like I reached out to Knoxville. I was like, dude, that girl wasn't giving me a Hummer. It was a gummer.
Did she play like hockey? Why the fuck did she have no teeth?
It was a car accident, I think.
Oh, well, that's awful. I apologize. Cut that.
Did it live up to the hype or the expectation?
It was fucking dope. Yeah. It was epic.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
That's so awesome.
All right, guys, we have a secret sock here. This
Hell
is
yeah.
an anonymous submission with the story they wanted to tell you guys. They say, about a year ago, I was in a long-distance relationship with this girl. It was tough for us to do anything sexual together, obviously. So for her birthday, I kept a bottle of nut that I was saving for around 2 months, and I shipped it out to her. She sent me a video of her drinking some. I wish I had the video, but we broke up, and I got rid of everything.
All right.
This is something he wants to get off his chest, and
This guy, that reminded me of the guy at a show, like one of the last shows before the pandemic. This dude's like, I fucking had, like, have a piece of art for you, and what it was like this canvas. It was framed. It was framed, and it was like he fucking cummed on this like canvas or whatever it was, and then sprinkled it with glitter. Like one color, and then he cummed on it again, sprinkled it with another color glitter. It has like, it's on my fucking wall in my edit bay.
Oh my god!
It's just straight cum and all different colors glitter, and it's my.
I respect this guy so much. Who's that famous artist?
Dude, I brought it home and I hung it on the wall next to my whiteboard, which I have all my ideas on.
Yeah.
And I sent him a photo of it, and I said, dude, your creative juices are next to my creative juices.
By the way, did you also eat pineapple? Smells amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's been it, man. Thank you so much for hopping
my
on.
pleasure,
This is
guys.
fucking
Congrats,
legendary.
dude. Like, you guys got a good sized audience, man.
Thank you, man. This is
it's where
been
it's
awesome
at.
to have you, man.
Oh yeah, and if anybody wants to check out my podcast, it's called Wild Ride with Steve-O.
Wild Ride with Steve-O. He does it in a van. He's got some great guests coming up. I'm not going to say who, but he told us, and it's fucking amazing. Go to Steve-O.com, check out the special, and please go to Amazon and get Steve-O's hot sauce. I got it coming next week. I'm fucking excited to get it, dude.
Hell yeah, bro.
It's an honor for you to have my pee. I never thought I'd say that to you, man. Alrighty. Goddamn.